Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamunatira Yamunatira Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Jaya Madhava Kunja Gopi Janavallabha Kivaranadi Gopi Janavallabha Kivaranadi Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamunatira Vanachamani Yamunatira Vanachamani Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa 𝐶𝐤𝐬𝐧𝐞𝐬𝐬 Astutra Sutta Sishimad. Divine Grace is confounder Acharya Jagat Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa 𝐶𝐤𝐬𝐧𝐞𝐬𝐬 Astutra Sutta Sishimad. Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki Anand Gauri Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Siva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinath Shyam Radha Krishna Giri Gauravan ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Mathura Dham ki jai. Navadvip Mayapur Dham ki jai. Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Jamuna Mai ki jai. Ganges Mai ki Tulasi Devi ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki, 𝐒𝐰𝐬𝐢 Gaura Premanande. Oh, glory is a somebody devotees. Oh, glory is a somebody devotees. Oh, glory is a somebody devotees. Oh, glory to Shishi Guru Shri Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prithravitale Srimati Bhakti Trita Shanti Namaste Krishna Paraya Prabhupada Shri Tanmane Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Bhakti Trita Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiyayet Nashtaprayi Sabhaisu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavad Yutama Sukhi Bhakti Vavachina Stiki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopisam Staptam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karamayam Dadanti Shahadaritikam Pandeham Sri Guru Sri Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Chat Sri Rupam Sagadatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakam Vikram Cha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhudina Bandhu Jagapati Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanishwari Vrisavana Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sandhyaevacha Paditanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Sadi Gaura Bhakti Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 19. The Lord begs charity from Bali Maharaj, text 41. Paragriktam apurnam va aksharam jatat omiti jad kinchit omiti bruyat Bhikshave sarvam om kuruvan nalam kamenat mane Paragram arunam aksharam jatat omiti kinchit omiti bruyat tena vicheta vai puman Bhikshave sarvam mum puruvan alkamena chatmane paragritam apurunam va jadkinchit omiti bruya. Sharanjatat omiti jadkinchit omiti bruyat tena richeta vaipuman bhikshave sarvamum kuruvan nalam kamena chatmane paragritam apurvam aksharam jatat omiti jadkinchit omiti bruyat tena richeta vaipuman bhikshave sarvam om kurvan nalam kamena chatmane paragritam apurvam aksharam jatat omiti jadkinchit omiti bruyat tena richeta vaipuman bhikshave sarvam om kuruvan nalam kamena chatmane parak. That which separates that which makes one free from attachment. Apurunam, that which is insufficient. Aida, aksharam, this syllable. Jat, that, tat, which, omkar, iti, thus stated. Jat, which, kinchit, whatever. This word iti, thus. Bruyat, if you say, tena, by such an utterance, vicheta, one becomes free. Vai, indeed, human, a person, bhikshave, unto a beggar. Sarvam, everything. Om Kurvan, giving charity by uttering the word Om. Na, not. Alam, sufficiently. Kamena, for sense gratification. Cha, also. Atmane, for self-realization. Translation and purport by Divine Grace is compound of 𝐁𝐻𝐸𝐺𝐢 Bhakti Swami The utterance of the word Om signifies separation from one's monetary assets. In other words, by uttering this word, one becomes free from attachment to money because his money is taken away from him. To be without money is not very satisfactory, for in that position, one cannot fulfill one's desires. In other words, by using the word Om, one becomes poverty-stricken, especially when one gives charity to a poor man or beggar. One remains unfulfilled in self-realization and a sense gratification. Purport. Maharaj Bali wanted to give everything to Vamandev, who had appeared as a beggar. But Shukracharya, being Maharaj Bali's familiar spiritual master in the line of seminal succession, could not appreciate Maharaj Bali's promise. Shukracharya gave Vedic evidence that one should not give everything to a poor man. Rather, when a poor man comes for charity, one should untruthfully say, "Whatever I have given you. I have no more." It is not that one should give everything to him. Actually, the word Om is meant for Om Tat Sat, the absolute truth. Omkara is meant for freedom from all attachment to money, because money should be spent for the purpose of the Supreme. The tendency of modern civilization is to give money in charity to the poor. Such charity has no spiritual value, because we actually see that although there are so many hospitals and other foundations and institutions for the poor, according to the three modes of material nature, a class of poor men is always destined to continue. Even though there are so many charitable institutions, poverty has not been driven from human society. Therefore, it is recommended here, Bhikshave Sarvam Kurvan Na'alam Kamina Chatmane. One should not give everything to the beggars among the poor. The best solution is that of the Christian consciousness movement. The best solution is that of the Christian consciousness movement. This movement is always kind to the poor, not only because it feeds them, but also because it gives them enlightenment by teaching them how to become Krishna conscious. We are therefore opening hundreds and thousands of centers for those who are poor, both in money and in knowledge, to enlighten them in Krishna consciousness and reform their character by teaching them how to avoid illicit sex, intoxication, meat eating, and gambling, which are the most sinful activities and which cause people to suffer life after life. The best way to use money is to open such a center where all may come, live, and reform their character. They may live very comfortably without denial of any of the body's necessities, but they live under spiritual control, and thus they live happily and save time for advancement in Krishna consciousness. If one has money, it should not be squandered away on nothing. It should be used to push forward the Krishna consciousness movement so that all of human society will become happy, prosperous, and hopeful of being promoted back home, back to God. The Vedic mantra in this regard reads as follows. Paragva eta rectam aksharam jat etad omiti tat jat kinchit omiti aha traivas mai tat richyate sayat sarvam kuryat richya atmanam sa 𝐾𝐚𝐦𝐢 nalam syat. So that is the end of the purpose purport to text 41 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 19, entitled The Lord Begs Charity from Bali Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Prabhupada said, Bali Maharaj wanted to give everything to Vamandev, who had appeared as a beggar. But Sukracharya, being Maharaj Bali's familiar spiritual master in the line of seminal succession, could not appreciate Maharaj Bali's promise. Only devotees will appreciate Krishna consciousness. Non-devotees will not appreciate Krishna consciousness because there is nothing to appreciate. We appreciate something when it has value for our sense gratification. So Sukracharya will not benefit from allowing his disciple to give everything to Lord Vamandev. There are many people who will not allow their family members to give their life to Krishna or to support Krishna consciousness as much as they will want to do, because they don't see any benefit in that. A person whose piety is very small will not appreciate Krishna consciousness, will not appreciate devotees, will not appreciate the holy name of Krishna or Krishna Prasada. Only somebody who has great fortune will appreciate Krishna consciousness. So it's not a surprise that Sukracharya is not advising his disciple to give everything to Lord Vamandev, who is a proprietor of everything, including himself. Everything belongs to Lord Krishna. He owns everything. So, we are not giving anything to Lord Krishna. It's just that we are thieves, keeping Krishna's property. An intelligent person who willingly, after knowing something, surrender everything to Lord Krishna. In ignorance, I've been acting wrongly. Now I have come to realize my mistake. So I have to correct it. By taking to Krishna consciousness, that's what it means. That we have been running away or trying. We have been trying to run away from Krishna since time immemorial without success. And by the costless mercy of Krishna and his pure representatives, we have come to realize I should give everything back to Krishna because he is the source of everything. A father will appreciate. His Holiness Radha Maharaj was telling us, in a lecture, I was listening. His father has a beautiful garden. So one day he plucked a flower from his father's garden and gave it to his mother. She was so happy. He didn't purchase it, he didn't buy it, he didn't get it from anywhere. He got it right from, it belonged to the parent. Why the parent was so happy? Our child is very responsible. He appreciates. He appreciates that what we have given to him, he is offering it to us. This is Krishna consciousness. They appreciate. They were happy. So, Krishna consciousness means just that what Krishna has given to us, we are simply using it in His service, which is the main reason why everything is given to us. Our body is given, our intelligence is given, everything is given to us for Christian's sense, for Christian's enjoyment, for Christian's pleasure. That was the original reason why Krishna expanded all of us, for his pleasure. 𝐁𝐸𝐳𝐤𝐢𝐳, and one, let me become many for my own pleasure. So we are his parts and parcels for his pleasure. Being deviant, we are not doing that. But a child should grow up to become mature and to start acting responsibly. So, Bali Maharaj wanted to do that. And his spiritual master is telling him, don't do that. Because you will become poor. And Sanatana Goswami described a poverty-stricken person, a destitute, not the way destitute. Who is a destitute person? A person who has no facilities for sense pleasure. That is not the definition. Sanatana Goswami said a destitute person is one who has no Krishna consciousness, has no love for Krishna. It's a destitute. It's a wretched person. We are wretched that we don't have no love for Krishna. Not that we don't have facilities for sense gratification. Facility for sense gratification is available for all species of life. All species of life. All species of life have facility for sense gratification. Either you are working or not working, the facility for sense gratification are available by nature for everybody. So he is giving advice here. Don't do it. Shukracharya gave Vedic evidence that one should not give everything to a poor man. Rather, when a poor man comes for charity, one should untruthfully say, what I have given you. That means you doesn't want to give. You don't want to give. I have no more. It is not that one should give everything to him. Actually, the word Om is meant for Om Tat Sat. Absolute true. Omkara is meant for freedom from all material attachment, not attachment to money, because money should be spent for the purpose of the Supreme, not for sense gratification. Money should be used for Christian service, only, not for sense gratification. Neither one should not be stingy. There is a consequence for one not spending his money for Christian consciousness. There's heavy consequences because against the scripture. Wealth should be distributed. That is the reason why wealth is acquired. Should be distributed. That was the reason why the Avanti Brahmana fell down from his opulent position. He fell down because he was not distributing charity. So even if you stock the money, just keep it there and not spend it, you will suffer. It should not be given unnecessarily and it should not be kept unnecessarily. It should be properly used. The tendency of modern civilization is to give money in charity to the poor. Such charity has no spiritual value because we actually see that although there are so many hospitals and other foundations and institutions for the poor, according to the three-mode material nature, a class of poor men is always destined to continue. In other words, we cannot stop what is happening. Why? Because it is karma. It is karma. We cannot stop what is happening. Even if you bring all the beggars together and start feeding them, you will still get more beggars. Because people have not stopped sinful activities. People have not stopped sinful activities. Therefore, our suffering will not stop. Our suffering will continue. One day, Lord Shiva was passing with his wife, Parvati. And there was some beggars. One particular one attracted the attention of Parvati. So she told her husband, Prabhu, please help this man. He's suffering so much. Help this man. But she looked at him and turned his face away. He didn't say anything. They went to where they were going. When they were coming back, the man was still there, hanging around, begging. Parvati saw him again. She told the husband, please, Prabhu, do something to help this. Just see how he's suffering. So Lord Shiva stretched his hand to him. So he opened his hand. And Lord Shiva opened his hand also, and something dropped in his hand. He looked at it very carefully. He gave it to somebody else. The person took it and became very wealthy. And he remained a poor beggar hanging in the street. So Lord Shiva looked at his wife. You see? You look at his wife. You see? This man is destined to suffer. He's an ungrateful person. He will never succeed. He will never succeed for anything. For this life, he's like this. This is his life is going to be. So, whatever good you do to him, he will continue to suffer. That is karma. That is karma. The children of doctors are not dying. Doctors' children are not dying. Doctors. Their children are not dying. They are dying. It's karma. You have to go that way. You cannot change it. You cannot change it. So, Prabhupada is giving recommendation. Even though there are so many charitable institutions, poverty has not been driven from human society because we have not stopped our sins. Therefore, it is recommended here, Bhikshave Sarvam Om Kurban Nalam Kamina Charne. One should not give everything to the beggars among the poor. The best solution is that of the Christian consistent movement. This movement is always kind to the poor, not only because it feeds them, but also because it gives them enlightenment by teaching them how to become Christian conscious. Yes, this is the best charity. The best charity is to change the heart. Not only trying to help our external situations. If the heart is not changed, nothing good has been done. We are therefore opening hundreds and thousands of centers for those who are poor, both in money and in knowledge, to enlighten them in Christian consciousness and reform their character by teaching them how to avoid illicit sex, gambling, intoxication, meat eating, which are the most sinful activities and which cause people to suffer life after life. The best charity is to transform the heart, which Christian consciousness humanity, to change people's heart. If the heart is changed, then our suffering will stop because we will not commit sinful activities anymore. No gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no flesh eating. We will live a decent life that will attract good fortune, not the bad fortune. So people who are having charitable institutions to help people or opening many hospitals, they are doing patchwork. It's patchwork. They are not intelligent. And I saw many times in India on the 𝐶𝐸 day, on the 𝐶𝐸 day, they are feeding people with grains and tea. Is that charity? On the 𝐶𝐸 day. And they're very happy, they're very enthusiastic doing that. Please, come and get contaminated. Come, get more contamination. They're feeding grains to people on the 𝐶𝐸 days. Is that charity? And other people, they are giving poor people money. What are they going to do with it? They'll buy alcohol. They buy meat. Is that charity? We have to help people to get transformed. We have to help people to understand what is the cause of our suffering. Is it that God is so wicked that He does not care for us and He put you in such a terrible situation as we are experiencing? No. It is ourselves who are putting ourselves in a situation where we are suffering like this. We cause the suffering in ignorance. Therefore, we have to be trained to understand. We have to develop our Christian consciousness, which is lying dormant in the heart. That is the responsibility of our Christian movement. So we are not only giving food to people, we are giving Christian prasadam, not just food. So if we cook food and without offering to Krishna and distribute it, we are not representing Srila Prabhupada movement. We are not representing the interests of Prabhupada. Not fulfilling the desire Prabhupada established food for life. Food for life is not just a religious thing, it is a spiritual thing. Because Christian prasadam can purify the heart. It can purify us. So it should be prasadam. It should be offered to Krishna and then distributed. The best way to use money is to open such a center where all may come, live, and reform their character. They may live very comfortably without denial of any of the body's necessities, but they live under spiritual control. And those, they live happily and save time for advancement in Christian consciousness. If one has money, it should not be squandered away on nothing. It should be used to push forward the Christian consciousness movement so that all of human society will become happy, prosperous, and hopeful of being promoted back to home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. Comments? Questions? Yes. If everything is destined to happen by our karma, so good question. Free will. Our free will is when we have not done anything. That is our free will. The moment you do something, the moment there is a free will, because we are responsible for the activity we have performed. And that becomes a destiny, that we have created our destiny. You understand? As we are sitting here, that's our free will. I can sit here. I can sit here. But the moment you stand up and start jumping, you'll be breathing heavily. Is it not? As a result of dancing. You cannot dance heavily and not breathing heavily. Because you have done some action. They may. If you enter the lift is not going to act. But, so that is a free will, but the moment you press the button, you are no more free. The lift is not going to be active. It will take you to the button you press. It will take you, either it take you up or it take you down. And when the lift is taking you up, you say, no, I'm sorry. I don't want to go, I want to go down. You cannot say that. It will take you to where you have pressed. You have to get there first. Then you can think of the second choice you want to make, you are making. It have to take you to the choice you already made. Or if you have gone to a restaurant, don't go to restaurants. And you order for something. Once you place the order, you don't have choice again. Because you have already made a choice. When they bring it before you, no, it is not fried rice I want. I want sweet rice. Will they return it back? Will they return the fried rice back? No. You have to pay for this one first. Then we will go again and bring you the sweet rice. You have to pay for this one first. So, people who are thinking that we are free are in big illusion. People who think we are independent, they are fools, number one. Free from what? Free means that if you do something, there's no reaction. That is free. But is anyone who can do something without reaction? Anyone? Is anyone who can say that, yeah, I'm free, I can do whatever I like and nothing will happen? Anyone can say that? No. Whatever we do, there will be reaction, good or bad. Therefore, freedom is only when we are completely free from conditioned life. A liberated soul, a pure devotee of Krishna, that is liberation. That is freedom. That's independence. Don't you see Narada Muni? Is he affected by anything? Controlled by anything? That is freedom. That's independent. Wherever but even the Puri, he traveled carefully. Wherever he likes, he can go. Vamsiddhas Babaji Maharaj. Vamsiddhas. If you want to travel with him, you should be careful because it can become offensive. Let's go to Vrindavan. Okay, let's go to Vrindavan. He would live here, and the next moment he can sit under a tree and start his japa and forget about you. Babaji, we're going to Vrindavan. He doesn't understand. He wouldn't understand that. What is in his mind is, now I'm doing japa. If you want to stay there for 3 months, 1 year, this is freedom. That's freedom. That's independent. No one else, no condition soul can say, free, I'm independent. Who can say that? Independent of what? Our belly? Huh? Independent of our belly? Or what? Or what? What is it? Or our sleep? The moment our senses push us, we are going to react to it. Only a liberated person will not react to the pushes of the senses. So he is Goswami. That's independent person. He has free will. Yes. So Vamsiddhas Babaji Maharaj can take 1 year to work, to travel for a journey of maybe few hours. It can take 1 year to get there. He just live here and sit on a tree there and continue his japa. And he doesn't care. He doesn't care whatever it is. He doesn't care. It is rain or sun or winter or summer. But see all of us. There's freedom, independence. This independence, winter. Make sense? So we are dependent. So we should be dependent. We should depend. I told us that depend on me. You will pass over all obstacles by my grace. Yes. Is it also part of karma if I'm a brahmachari and I'm constantly meditating on ladies and how I should get one out of them, and when am I going to do that? Will it have effect? Yes. Yes. Before we do something physical, we have been doing it mentally. You cannot do anything physically without mentally conceiving or planning about it. So it's a preconceived idea. Something we have been meditating and thinking about. And one day it will become action. One day it will become action. Even in 𝐾𝐻𝐿, where we have been told many times that we have concession that our mental thought will not yield result, but that is not true. That is not true. It's not true in the sense that it will not manifest immediately, but eventually it will manifest. I'm thinking, oh, this Prabhu, he offended me the other day. So I'm going to punch his face one day. And that is what I'm thinking every day. One day you say something. Because it has been there in my mind. It is building up. One day, it will manifest. Or somebody fell down. The person who has fallen down today has fallen down a long time back, not today. Not today the person is falling down. The person has fallen long time back. Because I've been meditating on that for a long time, then one day it will become manifest. I say, person fell down. But it has fallen a long time back. Why we didn't see? Because ignorance. Those who have eye, they will see. So we should be careful of what we are thinking every time. What we are thinking every time we should be careful with that, because that is our future. That is our future. You meditate on something, meditate. If you meditate on Krishna, what happens after some time? You become Krishna conscious. That's right, you become Krishna conscious. Yes, that's right. Yes, Maharaj.
I was just thinking about the statement of this verse that when you chant Om, you have to separate it from the mind.
Yes.
So here, Sukacharya is advising Alimana. But what is about Om that separates one from his mind? How does it work?
How does chanting Om separate us from money? That was and Prabhupada mentioned in the prophet here, the word Om is Lord Krishna. So by meditating on Krishna, by chanting about Krishna, one will naturally become detached materially, which includes money. Yes. Therefore, he is teaching. Shukracharya is crooked intelligence. It's a crooked intelligence. Therefore, people who are interested in sanctification, they never chant the mantra because it will bring detachment. And they don't want detachment, therefore don't chant the mantra. So you can continue with sanctification. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.